Michael Strahan was left feeling emotional after his GMA co-star Pierre Thomas delivered a very personal report on Tuesday's show. Pierre, who is a senior justice correspondent at ABC News, explored his family history and its connection to America's legacy of slavery as part of his 10 Million Names project, which aims to recover the names of African descendants whose ancestors were enslaved before the end of the Civil War. In a video report, Pierre traveled to the outskirts of Huntington, West Virginia, where his ancestors lived at the Green Bottom Plantation as enslaved people, run by Confederate General Albert G. Jenkins. Pierre's great-great-grandmother, Adeline Jenkins, was born into slavery at the plantation in 1858 and was very likely the biological daughter of her enslaver, Albert Jenkins. Pierre said one of the most difficult moments of his journey was walking into the Jenkins family home. "It's hard for me to be here, it's a challenge," said the journalist. He also visited the slave cabins, where his great-great-grandmother was likely born. "The owner of the plantation had the power of life and death. I wish they didn't have to go through what they went through," he said in the video. After his report aired, Pierre joined Michael and his co-hosts Robin Roberts and George Stephanopoulos in the studio. Clearly touched by the shocking video, Michael said, "Pierre, watching that, I know how emotional it made me feel. You said, 'I'm happy to be here,' I think. This is initially a journey you didn't want to go on." "No, I didn't," said Pierre. "It took me 2 months to make the decision to do this project. I'd always wanted my family history to begin with my grandmother, who lived to be 100 years old. A wonderful woman, spiritual, she was the matriarch of the family. I knew going past that would be going into uncharted territory, into waters I didn't want to wade into." Chiming in, Robin remarked, "It seems like you're still processing the emotions." "I am," Pierre confirmed. "Watching that is not any easier than the first time I saw it. It's a combination of rage, sadness, and immense pride that my ancestors could survive that. I had this weird sensation when I was there, closing my eyes and opening them and imagining what it would be like to wake up to slavery. I could sense their presence. It was the oddest thing." He continued, "Walking into that house, the plantation home, I was only in there for 2 minutes. I could feel the legacy of slavery, racism, evil. I was drowning in it, so I just had to walk out of there." At the end of the interview, George thanked Pierre for his very powerful report, which was also praised by viewers at home. Taking to social media, one viewer penned, "The journey into one's ancestral history can be gut-wrenching. Pierre Thomas, thank you for sharing your experience. Find healing in the legacies they have left behind. You are your ancestors' wildest dreams." A second person wrote, "I saw your very touching, brave segment this morning, and it brought me to tears. So beyond tragic that your beautiful family ancestors had to endure such racist cruelty and mistreatment."